What is next for Canelo? After destroying Jaime Munguia, what is next for? We should fight Dave Benavidez, since Canelo has been ducking Dave Benavidez for many years. And I got Dave Benavidez winning this fight. And I'll tell you why. Because he's way bigger and younger than Canelo Alvarez. And not only that, but he also has a lot of speed, power, and throws a lot of quantity, which is Canelo's biggest weakness, as we've seen against Dimitri Bivol.
Look at him go! Oh my word, Beaver!
So I got Dave Benavidez outlanding Canelo and taking it by decision. Now the next fight for Canelo Alvarez is a fight against Edgar Berlanga, since Edgar Berlanga is now a mandatory challenger. And I got Canelo knocking out Edgar Berlanga because he has way more experience and skill than Edgar Berlanga. Yes, Edgar Berlanga will cause problems with his power, but he's not knocking out Canelo. And not only that, but Edgar Berlanga is not ready for this fight, since he hasn't fought any great fighters at 168 and lacks experience.
Now, I think it's clear that David Benavidez and Edgar Berlanga are the best potential fights for Canelo that make the most sense. But at the same time, it all depends on how Canelo wants to approach things. Because if he just wants to play it safe, like that fight that he had against Jermall Charlo, which can explain why Canelo easily took control of that whole entire fight, then Canelo might just go for the other Charlo brother, Jermall Charlo, which makes absolutely no sense. But again, it just depends if Canelo wants to play it safe and just go for easy money fights. So let's say that Canelo decides to play it safe and decides to go for Jermall Charlo, who actually wins this fight. Well, I think it will be a pretty easy win for Canelo, especially if Jermall Charlo decides to do what his brother did, which is to survive and not do anything the whole fight. Then obviously Canelo wins. But let's say Jermall Charlo decides to let his hands go and decides to put pressure on Canelo, well, he could give Canelo a pretty good fight, since that is Canelo's biggest weakness, is to put pressure on Canelo, let your hands go, don't allow Canelo to get comfortable and sit on some big shots, always move around. But even if he manages to do this, I still believe that Canelo wins. So in the end, out of all the fights that are next for Canelo, I think the one that the true boxing fans want to see is a fight against David Benavidez. But knowing Canelo, he knows he will lose that fight, so he's probably going to go for the easy fights, which is Edgar Berlanga or Jermall Charlo.